Now, in the United States, Donald Trump said he hoped Boris Johnson would make a swift return to health. The president predicted that the US is nearing the peak of the outbreak, saying he could see light at the end of the tunnel. His US health officials have been more cautious. Our North America correspondent Deborah Birx reports.
New York City, still the epicentre of the coronavirus outbreak in America. As the death toll rises and officials warn they're running out of equipment, the country braces for a major escalation of the pandemic. More than 3,000 military medical personnel have been deployed to hospitals around the country to ease the burden on doctors and nurses stretched to the limit. Americans have been warned to expect some of the nation's darkest days.
The next week is going to be our Pearl Harbor moment. It's going to be our 9/11 moment. It's going to be the hardest moment for many Americans in their entire lives. And we really need to understand that if we want to flatten that curve and get through to the other side, everyone needs to do their part.
The latest figures suggest the rate of new infections in New York is slowing down, although officials say it's too early to say whether the fall in cases is significant. At the daily White House briefing, President Trump said he was encouraged by the better news.
Things are happening. We're starting to see light at the end of the tunnel. And hopefully in the not too distant future, we'll be very proud of the job we all did. Can never be happy when so many people are dying, but we're going to be very proud of the job we did to keep the death down to an absolute minimum, the least it could have happened with this terrible virus.
Mr. Trump praised officials in California, where the virus is spreading more slowly than the country's other hotspots. The state was one of the first to introduce social distancing and stay-at-home orders. One of the president's senior advisors said data from Italy and Spain, where fewer people are dying, could be a sign of how the outbreak is going to progress in the US.
We're very hopeful that over the next week, although we'll see rising number of cases of people who lose their lives to this illness, we're also hopeful to see a stabilization of cases across these large metro areas where the outbreak began several weeks ago.
Despite the glimmers of hope, Americans remain hunkered down as the nation holds its breath for what's to come. Deborah Birx, BBC News.